Boom! Yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. Today is one of those days that definitely I feel like today deserves a little bit of a boom. Big win today. We're going to recap today on this live stream a swing trade that I've been in and managing for the last 2 weeks. Final take profits off the table, completely flat. Oops, sorry, just hit my computer screen. Finished with that trade completely. We are completely out of it. Congratulations to TC fam. You guys know what it is. We're going to talk about that later on this live stream. But we got a big day today. You had the Fed minutes come out. And we got to break that down. We got to talk about this. We got to talk about the Fed minutes. We got to talk about the recession. We've got to talk about, are we getting 50 or 75 basis points at the next Fed meeting in July? So we have a lot to uncover and a lot to unpack here today on this live stream. And we're going to figure out, has the markets bottomed? Have they bottomed? That's what everybody wants to know. I'm going to give you the answer in just a few moments. But first, why the hell do you even care what the answer is that I give? Folks, my name is Michael Everett. I've been trading and investing for over 15 years. I began my career working at a hedge fund in New York City. It was my first job right out of college. Then 1 year later, the Great Recession and the stock market crash and the subprime housing disaster of 2008 took place. But not only did I survive that, folks, I actually went on to receive one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards in that very same year. Now, 15 years later, I'm the head trader and co-founder of True Trading Group, the fastest growing and highest rated online premium educational platform that's available today. And since 2016, my team of 8 other professional traders and myself have helped thousands of people all over the world from all walks of life achieve their goals. Make no mistake about it, you are on this live stream right now trying to get educated for one very simple reason, and that is to gather and to get and absorb the information and the knowledge that can help you guys make money in the stock market immediately. So let's do that. Take a moment, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share this stream on your own social media. Let's reach out and educate as many retail traders as we possibly can. Tonight's live stream is going down as follows. We got 3 segments for the day today. Okay, 3 segments for tonight's live stream. Segment number 1 is going to start off with If I Traded It. That's our new segment where I'm going to break down exactly, what is going on with 5 stocks that are trending the most. So we take 5 of the most trending stocks that are out there, and I break them down for you guys on this live stream. I tell you exactly how I would trade those stocks. If you are looking for them long, you're looking for them short, I'll give you my analysis on the top 5 trending stocks that we have. Then we're going to recap a monster swing trade for me. It's a recap. It was a huge win that we've been in. So basically, got into the position on June 24th, took profit, added back full size. Took profit again, added back full size. Took profit again. We're now completely flat the trade. I'm going to recap that because there is a crucial lesson about support levels that I want to make sure everybody that's on this live stream, because, listen, what did we already determined, right? You guys are here because you want to learn how to make money in the markets. The lesson I'm going to cover with you today, which is the lesson about this, the lesson that I had specifically, the lesson about this swing trade, is something that you guys can take with you in your trading literally as early as tomorrow that can help you guys make money. So a very, very important lesson on support and resistance levels. We're going to talk about that, how to identify strong resistance, how to identify strong support instead of vice versa. So some very important, crucial lessons that we're going to talk about regarding that trade. And again, congrats to my teaching fam, all of you that hit on this. This is a perfect kind of trade. If you guys got busy schedules, you're at work, the perfect trade. You could have entered this thing almost 2 weeks ago and then reap the rewards here today. So congratulations to the teaching fam. And then we're going to finish the live stream off with segment number 3, and that is going to be an open floor Q&A session. I'm going to let you all ask me whatever's on your mind. So like I said, I'm going to go through those 5 stocks. We're going to recap the GameStop swing, and then I'm going to let you guys ask me questions. Whatever it is on your mind, whatever it is maybe about what we talked about on the live stream, if it's a question about my swing trade, if it's a question about the lesson on support and resistance, if it's a question on maybe the 5 stocks that I had mentioned earlier, I'll let you guys ask me whatever is on your mind. So let's not waste another minute. Let's go ahead. Let's dive right into the very first segment of the night, and that is If I Traded It. And let's go ahead right now, folks, and let's pull up my charts. And let's get down to the very first stock on the If I Traded It list, and that is Tesla. That is Tesla. So basically what seems to be happening here is Tesla's always one of the most trending stocks on social media. Everyone's always looking for information about Tesla, right? Everyone's always looking for information about Tesla. But what I see on Tesla, okay, what I see on Tesla is a very, very, very sexy looking bear flag. Okay, this is a sexy looking bear flag pattern. There's your down move, which creates the flag pole. There's your consolidation, which creates the actual flag. This is technically a bearish setup for Tesla. Okay. Now, how I believe that this Tesla trade is going to unfold. Okay. I still am bearish on the overall markets, and we'll talk about that once I get into the Fed and the minutes and everything from today and what I think is going to happen the rest of the month. So I think Tesla is actually going to break itself out of this wedge. I would look for moves in Tesla back up to like 720, 730 to get up to the top end of this bear flag, and then look for a short entry, because you also have the 50-day moving average that's coming into play here. See this dark blue line? That's your 50-day moving average that's coming into play as well, adding to a level of resistance here underneath 750 and within this little flag wedge. So if you can get an entry up there, you can set a stop loss at 750. You can take that trade short or look for put options. I would probably say, looking for the July 22nd expiration, $700 strike put, and look for a move back down towards 650, and look for the stock to break 650 and actually drop into the low 600s and start to break out. Okay. And start to break out of this little flag. Okay. But I do not believe that you're going to get a huge rollover in Tesla. I really do think that this has a chance of being a failed bear flag break, where you get this move to the downside. Okay, you get this quick break to the downside, and then it just kind of recovers and then bounces right back up inside of the flag, and then eventually starts to actually slowly climb itself back up like this. This is the kind of price action I actually expect there in Tesla. So if you're going to play this to the short side on a bounce back up to the top end of this bear flag, be prudent with your profit targets. Okay, be prudent with your profit targets. Take your profits off the table when those targets are reached. I would not be expecting a massive move to the downside. Again, look for the break out of the flag, and then look for it to come back inside the flag. And then I would look for Tesla to actually start to move itself back higher. Okay, so I do not think you're going to get this massive rollover on Tesla that's going to take you all the way down to 550. I don't necessarily think we're going to get that far. Okay, I don't necessarily think you'll get that far. Let's see. We got a quick question from HC that I want to address before I move on to the next stock in my top 5 trending stocks on how to trade them. This first segment, we got a question here that says, does it make sense for an average individual who works more than 40 hours a week to spend so much time looking at the market, or would it be more beneficial to just buy this SPY ETF? Okay, a couple of things I want to address just with this question here real quick from user HC. Buying the SPY ETF, buying the SPY ETF is a great idea for just passive long-term investing. Okay, not necessarily just for active trading, but if you want to just build a long-term portfolio, I think the SPY is great. It's the S&P 500 that gives you all the diversity in the world, and is a good index fund that, I think it's, is good for people that just want to be super passive and just put money away for the long term. But from an active trading standpoint, and now we're talking day trading or swing trading, working 40 hours a week is not something that should deter you from this. And you don't have to look at markets all day long, every single day. There's different trading. Like, for example, the trade that I'm going to recap for you guys today, which was a huge win for me, which was it's a GameStop trade. And GameStop actually just came out with news today, a stock split for GameStop. So we're going to talk about GameStop stock split news. What does that mean for the stock? What happens during a stock split? Does GameStop move higher from here, or does the stock just continue to bleed out? So I'm going to recap that trade for you guys at GameStop. But this is a trade you could have entered on June 24th. It's like, imagine you're sitting there at work. You get a notification on your phone. It says, Michael Edward, shorted GameStop, or you can buy the July 8th, $138 strike put. This is when I entered it on June 24th. You could have got that alert, entered the trade, gone back to work, set a stop loss, gone back to work, and then got another alert today. Michael Edward taking profit, covering the GameStop trade. You can log in, take profit, and then go back to work. The mods and True Trading Group, you're going to get exposure to a lot of different trading styles. There's 8 other traders beside myself. We all have different styles. We day trade, we swing trade, we do stocks, we do options, long, short, high volatility, low volatility. We even do crypto and futures. So there's something for everybody inside TTG. But using the mobile app allows you to benefit from even working a full-time job. The majority of members in TTG, which we have nearly 9,600 members, the majority of them have full-time jobs. Okay, and I'll just prove this to you, HC. I'm not sure what you do for a living, but maybe just pay attention. Okay, just pay attention, HC. Maybe you see if somebody else has the same profession as you do. But my members, I'm talking to members of True Trading Group. If you guys are members of the TTG fam, if you work a full-time job, but you're still making money trading the markets with True Trading Group, I want you to just do me a favor, type the number 1, and then just tell me what you do for a living, please, guys. Real quick, I just want HC just to see how many members that we have in TTG that still have full-time jobs and they still benefit from this kind of stuff. So HC, just pay attention to some of the comments that come flying through in chat right now to give you an idea. Okay, here you got a truck driver, a producer, give me them cheeks, is in the Navy, thank you for your service, a nurse, works at a golf course, a cook, HVAC, bartender, Ford Motor Company, tech, real estate, construction manager, stager, LMHC, program manager, manufacturing supervisor, realtor, educational admin coordinator, pharmacy. Okay, so you guys can see, you see for yourself right now, FedEx, a Marine, THT coach, thank you for your service, man. I appreciate you. Financial analysts, okay? So there you guys have it, right? So I don't need to keep reading all these comments, but HC and anybody else that might have that same question, can you do this with a full-time job? The answer is yes, but you've got to implement, you have to be using the right style of trading. You can't be scalping if you work a full-time job. You can't be in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. You guys have busy schedules. You need to implement a style where you can enter a trade today and exit it 2 days from now. Okay, that's the kind of trading style that's going to be swing trading, and we'll teach you how to do that inside of True Trading Group. All right, so HC, I hope that helps answer your question. And if there's anybody else that has a similar question to that, I hope that that is helpful for all of you. All right. Okay. So that was the first stock that was on our list. If I traded it, again, this segment, guys, that we're going over are 5 of the top trending stocks according to social media and ones that I get frequent questions about and telling you guys how I would trade them. AMD is the next one. AMD at a major support level in the low 70s. The $72, $73 area is a major level of support for AMD. AMD getting beaten up over the last month or so as the likelihood of a recession has drastically increased. What happens during recessions? People buy less computers and smartphones. That bites into AMD's offerings and demand for their chips. So you got a little bit of a move lower there on AMD. This level of support is major. I eventually do believe this level gets violated, and I think AMD might crack underneath 70, get to 68, 69, and then recover. Kind of similar to what we saw out of Tesla, right? Kind of similar to what I'm talking about with Teslas. I think you get a little bit of a move lower. Okay, I think you get a little bit of a move lower, but then it reverses and then it regains these previous support levels and then eventually work our way back higher. So that's kind of what I think for Tesla. That's kind of what I think there for AMD. This is a major support level. And because I think the overall markets go a little bit lower, I think these stocks have a little bit more room to the downside. But then I think they can stabilize at their next support levels. And for AMD, that's going to be a gap fill that takes you back to July. And you guys can go right back here to July. That's going to be right around $68. All right. So there you guys have that. All right. So that's going to be the level that we're going to be kind of looking at there. All right. So there you guys have it, folks. So that is AMD. All right. Next up, and this is going to be one that a lot of people are talking about, and it is actually a penny stock, and it is EVFM. Now, we talked about this on last night's live stream, right? So we talked about this on last night's live stream. This was one that hold on one second, guys. Okay, so this is one that we got a lot of questions about yesterday. Okay. And yesterday we did a really nice job of holding support at a level that was, hold on, let me just go through here, right here. Okay. So you guys can see now this level of support that you have here over the last several days. Okay. And yesterday I was telling you guys that if this stock gets over $1.20, if you guys caught my live stream last night, if you missed it, go back and check it out. It's right there on the YouTube channel. But if we got over $1.20, then I think the stock had room to get up there and start to test this $1.50 level. All right. And we broke through that $1.20 area today. You had a beautiful, nice extension move that took you all the way up to $1.44. So we just fell 6 cents shy of the $1.50 level. So just missed it by about 6 cents. But now you're just very simple, guys. You know, going forward here with EVFM, I like this trade long. As long as this stock is above $1.20, I like this trade to the long side. If EVFM can start to get an increase in volume and it can get itself over $1.50, I think the stock has room up to even over $2. You can see this thing at $2.10, $2.15 over the next couple of days. But it's going to need a nice increase in volume. And the volume that we have here, you know, yes, we got an increase in volume today compared to the last 2 days. But in my opinion, it's still not enough volume. Okay. It's still not enough volume in order for me to get really get that warm and fuzzy feeling in my gut for a major short squeeze. I need heavier volume than that. You know, I want to see like 300 million share days for EVFM to make me feel like you're starting to get a pretty good squeeze. All right. So what the plan is for this now is EVFM, look for that 120 to like 116, that little area right here. Look for this level to be support. Okay. If the stock does not break underneath this level, I think you got to look at this thing for a long. Okay. Look for a little consolidation there above 120. Okay. Maybe you put in a consolidation candle tomorrow. Maybe you have this little inside day where we trade in between 140 and 125 and we just consolidate tomorrow. Then you get a breakout through today's high through the 150. And then the stock has a lot of room to the upside if it can get through 150. Okay, we have a lot of room if we can get through 150. So I'm watching EVFM. I like the play long. As long as this thing's above 120, I am bullish, and I like EVFM for the long, as long as that stock stays above 120. Next up on our If I Traded It segment, none other than the SPY. None other than the SPY. So let's pull it up. Let's talk about it. Okay. So we had the Fed minutes today. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about those Fed minutes. All right. I'll use this opportunity to talk about the SPY. I'll talk about the Fed minutes as well. What happened with the Fed minutes today, guys, was the Fed came out and said, and for those who don't know what the Fed minutes are, the Fed minutes are the notes from the last Fed meeting that took place in June. So you have to take this kind of with a little bit of a grain of salt because it is old. These notes that you're reading today took place a couple weeks ago. A lot's happened in the last couple weeks. Like what? Commodity prices have gotten absolutely crushed. Right? Commodity prices have gotten crushed. That eases inflation. So we got Fed minutes today where the Fed said, yep, 50 to 75 basis points will most likely be appropriate for the July meeting. Yeah, we know that. We know that the Fed's either going to give you 50 or 75 again in July. But now here's my thoughts. If this was 2 months ago, if this was May or even April, the market would have wanted the Fed to give them 75 basis points. The markets, people were even calling for giving 100 basis points. But that was before all this recession talk started to rear its ugly head. Now, we've been talking about a recession all year. I've been telling you guys all year that I believe that we go into a recession, but I just don't believe it's going to be a deep recession. I think it'll be a mild recession and a technical recession based on GDP, but not one that necessarily gets felt in the jobs market. Unemployment is still extremely low. There's still a lot of job openings out there, although the job openings are cooling. Job openings there's still plenty of jobs out there. You still have unemployment under 4%. Now, obviously, will unemployment tick higher maybe over the next 6 months or so? Yeah, sure, probably will. But without a meaningful uptick, it's hard to really make the argument that you're going to get a major recession or a deep recession. I think you're going to get a recession based on the technical definition, which is 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth, which we've already gotten one. We already got one negative quarter, and the Atlanta Fed is predicting a second negative quarter once the Q2 GDP numbers come out, and that would give you the technical definition of a recession, right? But as long as everybody's got their jobs, I don't think it's going to be a deep recession, okay? But you are seeing a slowdown in the economy. You are seeing some numbers and stats that insist that, that things are slowing. So now that everyone's scared of a recession, which they were not scared of 2 months ago, now all of a sudden people are scared of a recession. I don't think the markets want to see 75 basis points now at the July meeting. I don't. I think if this Fed gives you 75 basis points in July, I think the market's going to read that as, well, they just Paul Volckered us into a recession. Paul Volcker, for those that I can't say this guy's last name, it's so frustrating. Paul Volcker. Okay. He was a previous Fed chair from the 80s that when inflation was just insanely out of control, even worse than what we've seen recently. You guys think this inflation's bad. It was even worse back then. He purposely pushed the U.S. economy into a recession to bring down inflation. So that's what the Fed is trying to avoid. Obviously, the market doesn't want to see the Fed do that. But if you get 75 basis points in July with a weakening economy and weakening economic data, now that everyone's scared of a recession, I think that the markets will feel like now the Fed's going to push us into a recession. So I think that the markets would celebrate a 50 basis point hike in July. I think they would really celebrate a 25 basis point hike, although I don't think 25 is on the table. I think it's either going to be 50 or 75. And I think that with commodity prices coming down in June, I believe you're going to get a CPI number and PPI number. That's going to be your inflation data. I believe those numbers are going to come in under the expectations. Okay. I believe the number is going to come in under expectations. And if the inflation data comes in under expectations for June, that's going to signal to the market that inflation has peaked. And if inflation has peaked, then the Fed may feel like we got a little bit of wiggle room here. Let's go 50 basis points. And if the Fed goes 50 basis points in July, there's no Fed meeting in August. So you automatically have a pause on rate hikes in August. There is no Fed meeting. All right. And then if July inflation is even lower than June's inflation, as demand destruction takes hold, as mortgage rates have more than doubled, car prices have come down, energy prices, oil prices, gasoline, natural gas, copper, wheat, lumber, all of these things have come down, nickel, aluminum, all of these commodities have come down substantially. You're not talking little 2% pullbacks. You're talking about massive, massive pullbacks in commodity prices, which should ease inflationary pressures. That's why I think you're going to get a lower than expected inflation number for the month of June, which we're going to get that number in a week or two here in the month of July. The month of July is such an important number. It's such an important month because I really do believe that the market's going to get its answers to all of its questions in July. The markets don't like uncertainties. The markets don't like not knowing what inflation is doing. They don't like not knowing what the Fed's going to do. The markets don't like the unknown. Once the market gets answers, it tends to stabilize and move higher. The markets tend to go down when the market can't see 6 months into the future. When there are so many question marks that we don't know what 6 months from now looks like, because the stock market is a forward-looking mechanism. It's a discount mechanism. What is the market going to look like 6 months from now? Well, we don't know those answers because inflation is running hot, running rampant. We don't know how aggressive the Fed has to be because we don't know when inflation is going to stop moving higher. But once the market knows when inflation stopped moving higher, they'll be able to gauge when the Fed is going to start to ease up on the gas a little bit. And then all of a sudden, everything becomes a lot more clear. That's why the stock markets actually historically have moved higher inside a recession. Markets will sell off going into a recession, but they bottom while you are still in the recession. The markets don't keep going down while you're already in the recession for 2 quarters. Once you go into the recession, the markets now try to find the bottom because now the markets know we're in a recession and they can start looking at what does it look like coming out of the recession. And that's when markets can really start to stabilize. It's when the markets do not know what the future holds. You're going to get a lot of those answers in July. The market's going to have a lot more clarity on the situation with inflation and how aggressive the Fed's going to have to be to bring inflation down. That's why I believe the markets are actually going to move higher at the end of the year. I think in December, the markets are higher than they are in June and July. I do. Are we going back to all-time highs? No. But can we go back to 420, 415? Yes. Yes, I absolutely think we can go back to 415, 420. Yes, I do. And I think you're going to get those answers, and that playbook is going to unfold for you this month. So as I sit here and I look at the SPY, yeah, we moved a little bit higher today once the Fed minutes came out. But you have earnings coming out here this week. We're going to get into the bulk of earnings season in the next 2 weeks, where the majority of the S&P 500 is going to come out and they're going to release earnings. Look for companies to revise their guidance lower as companies guide for a recession. Look for those companies to then get their earnings estimates cut by analysts, which would help put pressure on stock prices as well. And then you got your inflation data. Then you look for inflation to peak. Then you got the Fed meeting on July 27th. If the Fed gives you 50 basis points, if your earnings estimates have been revised lower, if inflation has peaked, if all of those things line up this month in July, I think that having money on the sidelines and hoarding cash and waiting for the perfect time is the wrong idea. I think that's the wrong game plan. If those 3 things happen this month, in my opinion, it's time to get your butts in now. I started buying a bunch of stuff on June 17th. I still think the markets are going to move themselves higher at the end of the year, and I'm still looking to add. I don't think that we're necessarily just done. I don't think we just go up from here. I expect more volatility in July. I think the markets actually move lower in July as you get earnings. But once you get the Fed rate hike, if they give you 50, which I think they're going to, if inflation proves that it has peaked, I think that that's going to be your opportunity to get long in a lot of the names that you like for the long-term portfolio. And then I think by the end of the year, you're going to be happy that you did. And we're going to go into a mild recession, and the markets can actually bounce coming out of it. So resistance levels that I'm looking for on the SPY, I don't think we get all the way back up to like 392, 395, which is what a lot of people are calling for, which is going to be this region right here. I don't necessarily think we get all the way up here. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if we did, but I don't think we're going to get up to this area. All right. You have a lot of resistance once you get to the mid 390s. The mid 390s are going to give you resistance at this previous pivot top, okay, from July. This gap entry, from June. This previous pivot top from June. This gap entry from June. Okay, so that, and then you have the 50-day moving averages coming down on top of that. So once you get up into the 390s, there's a ton of resistance there. I actually kind of I don't think we get into the mid 390s, but if we do, I'm looking to buy put options in that area. I think that's far too big of a level of resistance, and I would expect the market to then pull back off of that level. Too much resistance up there in the 390s. I think that the markets would move lower if we make a move up into the 390s. So I still remain bearish on the overall market. Right? I still remain bearish. But if you get up to the mid 390s, I think that's where you got to look for put options. I think you got to look for put options there. And then when the markets drop back to 360, which is what I think you're going to see back into the 360s this month, that's when you've got to start shopping. If you get 360s, if you get 358, that's when I think you've got to start shopping. And that's when I'll be doing the next round of buying in my long-term portfolio. All right. So that's the SPY. All right. So I want to make sure everybody was clear. Everybody was clear on kind of my overall big macro picture view on the SPY, what I'm doing and what I plan on doing here this entire month, what I've been doing really. But 350, 360, that's my buying zone on the SPY. We drop in that region, I buy. That's what I did on June 17th. June 17th, we dropped down to 363. I added like 20 stocks to my long-term portfolio. And if it happens again, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to add to all of those names, which are all substantially higher from where we actually, right now, it's kind of actually crazy because I don't think June 17th is the low of the year. I think we are going to go a little bit lower. But if June 17th turns out to be the low of the year, we added our long-term portfolio on the dead low, which is pretty freaking crazy when you think about it. Like when you really think about that, if that actually does turn out to be the low of the year, which again, I don't think it is. I do think we're going to go a little bit lower. But if it is, that's kind of crazy. All right. So that's the SPY. All right. That is the SPY. Now I will round things off with my last and final stock of the If I Traded It segment of this live stream. And it's Bed Bath & Beyond. A lot of people asking about Bed Bath & Beyond. Folks, let me just say this as politely as I possibly can. I have zero interest on ever buying shares of Bed Bath & Beyond. That's as nice as I can put it. The amount of debt that this company has is insane. For every $1 they earn in revenue, they owe $7 in debt. In a rising interest rate environment, debt becomes a little bit more problematic. This company has a boatload of it. I would not be surprised to see some type of corporate restructuring. I would not be surprised to see some type of corporate restructuring. I like the store, but their financial situation is just, their financial information is just not, their financial situation is just not something that I can get behind. You had some insider buying reported in a July 1st filing. Okay, but that's after they just came out with earnings on June 29th. So they came out with earnings on June 29th. Okay, you have a huge gap down. And then in a July 1st filing, you got news of insider buying. Now, even with insider buying, the stock hasn't moved. Usually when you see, a large insider buying transaction, typically you'll see the stock really move higher because people say, well, if management is putting their money where their mouth is, I'll take that bet with them as well. But the stock really hasn't moved. I just think, listen, can you catch a little trade here? The stock is heavily shorted. Okay. The stock is heavily shorted. The interim CEO, I think, actually bought 50,000 shares. Okay. So the interim CEO bought 50,000 shares, 50,000 shares at $5. That's a nice little chunk of change. I'm not sure, what the, financial situation of the interim CEO is or what his, net worth is or anything like that. But that's $250,000 of him, putting his money where his mouth is and step in and putting 250 grand in there, call it $5 or so, 50,000 shares. Right. usually that sees the stock move higher. So listen, can you get a press release and you get a short covering rally? Sure. But if you're bag holding Bed Bath & Beyond, which I'm sure many people are, which is why I get asked so many times about this stock, is because this was one of those crazy meme stocks, right, that went nuts during the GameStop and AMC squeezes. But this thing has gotten absolutely pulverized. There's probably, if there's 900 people on this live stream, there's probably 100 of them that probably own shares of Bed Bath & Beyond and probably own those shares from like $30 or $25 a share. Now the stock's at $4.75. Do I think Bed Bath & Beyond is ever going to go back to $30 or $40? The answer there is no, I do not. But I think, could the stock go to $2? Yes, I do believe that it could. If you get any type of press release where this stock shoots back to like $7, $8, $10, if I was bag holding Bed Bath & Beyond, which I am not, I do not own shares. I do not plan on owning shares. If it gets a short squeeze, I'll trade it. But if you're bag holding this thing, if I was bag holding it, you do whatever you guys want with your money. I'm telling you what I would do if it was mine. If I was long Bed Bath & Beyond and I got one day, I woke up, the stock's at $7, I don't care. I'm selling it. I'm selling it. I'm cutting my bag loose and I'm walking away. All right. Company is not something that I believe is worth owning for the long run. I think their debt is a problem. And I just don't see where the catalyst comes in for them to really turn things around. I just don't see it. Okay. All right, folks. All right, guys. So that concludes the very first section. Okay, that concludes the very first section of our live stream here, which was if I traded it, and that was that very first section of our live stream. What I'd like to do here now, real quick, guys, is I'm going to spend just a couple of moments, and I'm going to tell you guys about the TT platform and how you can join the platform, and then we're going to get into recapping my big swing trade that we're going to talk about. That was the GameStop short that I've been short for about the last 2 weeks. We took final profits off the table there today. That was a beautiful trade. We're going to recap that, but there's key lessons in how to identify strong support and how to identify strong resistance that you guys can use to make money as early as tomorrow. So we're going to talk about that, and then I'm going to do an open floor Q&A, let you guys ask me whatever questions are on your mind. But first, I want to know who's on the live stream right now that is not a member of True Trading Group. If you're not a member of TTG, I'd like you to type the letters TTG real quick. Guys, just like I said, if you're not a member, just type TTG. I want to see who's on the live stream right now. We got about 900 people here. How many of you are not members? TTG, type it away right now. I want to see who we have here on the live that are not members of the TTG family. Don't be shy, folks. Just type the letters TTG. I want to see what we got working with here today. All right. We got Dirty Cuban. We got Tim Willis, Damian Lopez. We got TT BBC Red, G Burnett, Linda C. Welcome back. Liz Amora, how are you? Bye Pie. What's going on? Video Cloud, first time on the live stream. Video Cloud, welcome. Glad to have you here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications. I do these 6 days a week. Oscar Gonzalez, ABP, Carlos No Name. We got a lot of new faces here. Jay Trades, I like it. A lot of new people. I welcome all of you that are here for the very first time. HC, welcome. Thank you for that question before. I hope we helped answer the question that you had. Nice. TT BBC, also your first time on the live stream. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Set your notifications because we do this 6 days a week, and we are always dropping golden nuggets and free lessons. I basically give you guys some lessons and some education from my experience working at a fund in New York, and I share that with you guys on these lives. So make sure you guys never miss out on these live streams. Okay, make sure you guys never miss out on these lives. But I want to explain to you guys, though, all of the people that are typing TTG in chat right now, you guys have to realize that when you join True Trading Group, you're getting access to a platform, okay? It's a professional trading curriculum, which is similar to what I learned when I worked at a fund in New York. When I first got hired at the fund, I couldn't trade a single stock. I couldn't touch $1 of their money until I first went through a 3-month training program. So basically, I've simplified and expanded upon that training program, and I offer that to TTG members inside of our curriculum. Our curriculum is in-depth and complex, yet it's easy to understand and implement quickly. Whether you've never traded stock a day in your life or you've been doing this for 10 years and you're looking to gain an edge, this platform can help you guys reach your goals. I get asked all the time, like, well, what makes TTG different from other trading courses and Discord rooms? And that's exactly the thing, is that we are not a Discord room. We are not just about trade alerts. TTG is a platform where the tools and resources that are needed to become successful traders are available to you in one place for one price. Whether you join True Trading Group or not, you're going to need scanners, you're going to need news feeds, you're going to need simulators, you're going to need dark pool data, unusual options activity, you're going to need analyst ratings, you're going to need social sentiment, you're going to need short data. You're going to need all of these things, whether or not you join True Trading Group or not. And those tools are very expensive. They'll cost you anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000 a year if you buy them on your own. We've negotiated deals with these companies to have their products on our platform so you can use them in one place for one price. You don't have to pay anything extra for any of this stuff. We've spent years building relationships with these companies so you don't have to pay for them. Okay? These are tools from today's top fintech companies. Like, you're going to get Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed and their Squawk Box feature. You're getting TradingView's premium charting software, Quote Media's level 2, real-time. You're getting dark pool data and unusual options activity. Okay, you get the trade ideas scanner, a social sentiment reader that can tell you what ticker symbols are being mentioned most on social media. Analyst ratings, so you know how many analysts have a buy, sell, or hold rating on a particular stock. And as if all that stuff wasn't enough, our entire 17-course curriculum, about 300 hours of workshops and webinars that are in a video library, that's in addition to the 17 courses. All of our transparent real-time alerts, day trade, swing trade, stocks, options, crypto, futures, you name it. Joe, do me a favor, Joe. Why don't you post up the syllabus real quick in chat, just so members can, just so you guys, if you're not a member, I just want you guys to see what is actually in our syllabus. You can see for yourself firsthand everything that you're going to learn as a member of True Trading Group just by clicking on that link. We're going to post that link in chat so you guys can see for yourself everything that you're going to learn. But there's so much more that's on this platform. That's what I mean. TTG is a platform. Even if you said, this guy, Michael Edward, he sucks, he's the worst trader I've ever seen, the value that you get in our membership is insane because of the tools that you have available. Even if you never followed a single trade that we made, which I feel like would be a mistake. But even if you didn't, considering that myself and the 8 other professional trading mods have a collective win rate of about 80%. We're fully transparent. We have a trading journal on our website. All of our trading activity gets uploaded to the journal every single day. And it shows you every buy and every sell that all of our moderators make. Everything's there, fully transparent. Literally every single execution is right there for you guys to see. All our winners, all our losers, it's all right there for you to see. We're fully transparent inside TTG and always will be. Not to mention, you're joining a community also of about 9,600 members that generally give a damn whether you succeed or fail. And they are led by our team of full-time mods that have over 100 years of combined experience. Guys, results matter in True Trading Group. Okay, all of you that are not members, you have to understand that when you join True Trading Group, you're joining for a very specific reason, to get the knowledge and guidance that will allow you to make money in the stock market. So therefore, we measure your success on your actual P&L. Results matter. Your results, not anybody else's. It doesn't matter if I made $1 bajillion. If you didn't, then that means our platform is failing you. That's why we base it off of your results, not anybody else's. But the bottom line is that members of True Trading Group are making money and they're all becoming better traders. You guys don't believe me? Just watch this. Members. I'm talking to members directly. Members. Simple question. I can't be any more straightforward than this. Are you making money and becoming better traders because of TTG? If that answer is yes, I would just type the $ in chat. Just type the $ right now. Now, anyone that's not a member, if you all typed TTG before, just pay attention on this side of the screen and see how many people type the $. These are members of True Trading Group that are sitting here today telling you, these are your peers, that they're making money, they're becoming better traders. Guys, if they can do it, so can you. Look at all these people typing the $. I love these people to death. They are my TTG fam. I will literally carry the weight of the world on my shoulders to help them reach their goals. I will do anything that I can to help them become successful. But there's nothing special about them. They have all the same excuses that you had. full-time job, small account, no experience, lost money before, but yet now they're typing the $ here in chat. If they can do it, so can you. Okay? They can do it, so can you. Now listen up. I've got a very, very, very very important little announcement that I want to make here for this evening. Okay? Now, we've been running with an $11.97 price point for our TTG 1-year annual membership in honor of the Fed minutes today, how important I believe the month of July is going to be for the rest of this year. We're going to run a very quick, for tonight and tonight only, up until midnight, a Fed minute fire sale. Folks, I'm going to make myself very crystal clear and very simple. The next 12 people to go to ttgoffer.com right now and use the coupon code TTG121, you will actually be able to get a 52% discount, drops the price from, which is the original $22.12, brings it down to $10.50. Yesterday it was $11.97. Tomorrow it will be $11.97. I'm doing this for today and today alone because of the Fed minutes today. I'm calling this a Fed minute fire sale, a little flash sale for the Fed minutes today. This is because I believe so strongly that these markets are bottoming. They are going through a bottoming process. And I do not want, for what has been happening for the last several decades, retail investors to be left on the sidelines, to miss the opportunity because they were too scared listening to news headlines, and they waited and waited and waited for the perfect moment, and that perfect moment never came, and the markets left them in the dust. The next 12 people that go to ttgoffer.com and enter the code TTG121, you will get a membership to True Trading Group for 1 entire year for just $10.50. After, okay, those 12 people join, it's $11.97. It was $11.97 literally yesterday. It's $11.97 tomorrow. I'm giving you guys a shot for the Fed fire sale, $10.50 right here, right now. You're also going to get 2 small private study groups. This will help you guys get, some individual attention from one of the THD Pro mods so you can speed up your learning curve. But last but certainly not least, I put my money where my mouth is. Everyone that joins True Trading Group here today, guys, very simple. You have 1 full year. Go through our courses, pass our quizzes, attend 1 study group. If you do those 3 things and you fail to make the $10.50 back at least once during your membership, I'm going to give you double your money back. That is how much I believe in our ability to help you reach your goals. What are your goals? To make money. Well, that's why I'm telling you, if you do not make the $10.50, which is your membership fee, but that's only for the first 12 people. I'm doing this for a Fed fire sale. That's it. It's $11.97 is our price. I'm giving it to you for $10.50 here tonight, only for the next 12 people. But if you do not make the $10.50, as long as you go through our courses, our quizzes, and attend the study group and actually put in a little bit of effort, I'll give you $2,100 back. Yes, I'm dead serious. I'll give you double your money back. There's not a single other company, group, service out there that is willing to do this. Why do you think that is? I have no problem offering you double your money back because I know that we have only had to refund 2.41% of our members since 2016. I also know that 78% of our members renew their membership. 78% renew their membership when their year is up. That is why I'm able to confidently and comfortably. I also see how many people type the $ when I ask them, are you guys becoming better traders? I see the results that members have. That is why I am able to offer you a double your money back guarantee. It's only for the first 12 people, though, if you want that $10.50 price point. Otherwise, it's $11.97 tomorrow. Go to ttgoffer.com, click, and then enter the coupon code TTG121, click apply code, and it'll reflect the $10.50 price point. Okay? $10.50 price point. If you guys have questions about this membership, okay? If you have questions, send a text message right now to 786-505-4221. Again, that is 786-505-4221. You get the mobile app included. You guys are busy with your jobs. You got busy schedules. You have to use the mobile app. As long as you can listen to music at work, you guys can do this. Our mobile app lets you stay connected to chat. You can listen as the moderators talk to you during the day. And then you get real-time push notifications when moderators enter and exit trades. That's how our members are able to do this with a full-time job. You get that free with your membership when you guys join True Trading Group. You got to go to ttgoffer.com. You got to enter the code TTG121. That'll get you the 1050 price point for the first 12 people that are with us here today on this live. Little Fed fire sale for those that want to join the TTG fam before these markets put in their bottom. All right, folks. So there you have it. All right. That is how you guys can join the TTG fam. Again, that's for the first 12 people that join here this evening. Now, with that being said, I want to move things now over to the main topic of this live stream. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention, everybody that joins the TTG fam, if you guys join here today, you're actually going to also be able to come to my Head Start workshop, which I'm hosting at the end of this month. So at the end of this month, me personally, I'm going to be hosting a Head Start workshop. What is a Head Start workshop? That is where I will have all of our new members. You guys can come in. We can communicate live in a live webinar, a live workshop where I'm going to go over with you how to find the trader identity and strategy that works for you. So based on your life, based on your schedule, based on your work, what trading styles and strategies are best for you. Okay. We're going to go over that in that Head Start workshop. And we're also going to talk about how to grow a small account and trading strategies in real world situations for those that do work full-time jobs. That's going to be our Head Start workshop. You guys can attend that totally free. I'm hosting that live at the end of this month. Okay. So everyone that joins here tonight. So to recap, you get the 52% off, drops down to a $10.50 price point for the whole year. No upsells for courses or tools. That gives you access to everything. You got the double your money back guarantee that holds us accountable and protects you. And then you guys also get the Head Start workshop. Okay. You guys also get the Head Start workshop. All right. Now, let's head on over now and let's go through the main topics of the live, which is my GameStop trade. Right? My GameStop trade. And this stock is getting crazy right now after hours, after the company just announced a stock split. So we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this stock split with GameStop. I think this is such a joke that they are doing a stock split. All I think this is with GameStop, I'm being dead serious. Really, all I think this is with GameStop is just a ridiculous attempt to move the share price higher. It's literally all I think that this is. You know, to do a stock split when you're $120 a share seems a little ridiculous, if you ask me. Seems a little ridiculous. It's not. If the stock was 1,000, 1,200, yeah, I see doing the stock split all day long. But doing a 4-for-1 stock split when you're $120 a share, I think it's ridiculous. I really do. I think it's a gimmick. I think it's a little scheme. I think it's stupid. I don't think it's necessary. You do stock splits when your share price gets so high that it just, becomes out of reach for the average retail investor. I mean, come on, $120 a share. That's not out of reach for the average retail investor. 1,200 is. 1,200 for one share. That's out of reach for the average retail investor. Not 120. Not 120. But nonetheless, this is the trade that we made, guys. And I want to recap this trade for you. All right. So this was a monster home run that we had today. And I entered this trade. And let me just reshare my screen, make sure everybody can see real nice and clear. We entered this trade right there at $140.20. So on June 24th, and you guys can go back and watch my live streams over the last week and a half. I've been very vocal with you throughout this entire trade. I walk you guys through these trades, as they roll out. I told you guys on June 24th, that I was shorting GameStop. I stepped in, I shorted GameStop at $140.20. But what I also did was I told members that if you guys want to follow me on this trade, you can go after the July 8th expiration, $138 strike put option. Now, every time that I enter a every time that I enter a large cap or if I short something, I will always give members an option contract to coincide with my trade. I understand a lot of people maybe don't have the capital to short shares of GameStop, right? It's expensive. I get it. Okay. But people do have the capital to buy options in GameStop. So, and it's not just GameStop, it's anything. It could be AMD, it could be Nvidia, it could be Meta, it could be Apple, it could be Costco, it could be Walmart, it could be Moderna, it could be NVAX, it could be anything. Okay. I'll always give you an option contract if you want to follow me on the trade. Now, at the time that I entered this trade short at $140.20, the option contract for GameStop was at around $11. That option today hit $24. That is a 118% move from the entry of June 24th to the final exit on July 6th. Okay, this is one of those trades that if you were sitting at work, you could have got a notification on your phone, entered a trade, set a stop, and just went right back to work. This is not something you got to sit in front of your computer screen all day long for. Right? It's not something you got to sit in front of your computer screen and just watch and monitor every tick by tick, every candle by candle, every little up, down, flip flop, zigzag that the stock is going to make. I've added back. I took profit. I added back. We've been trading this thing throughout the last week and a half. Okay. So we got flat today. The stock started to break down today. And I'll take you guys before we talk about the stock split. Okay. And this stock got crushed in the early morning session. Let me just reshare my screen. Okay. This stock got crushed in the early morning session. Look at this thing. It's got absolutely pulverized. And we just started ripping. This stock was so weak today. So weak today. It's been weak. I mean, look at what the stock has done since we entered this trade short. You know, I mean, look, guys, this was the entry short right there at $140.20. That was your entry short right there. Look at what this stock is. This stock has got absolutely crushed in the meantime. Absolutely crushed. And today, more profits come off the table. We were literally taking profits off, adding back, taking profits off, adding back. I added back to this position a few days ago, and then we were taking profits off now today as the stock started to sell off to the downside, and we ripped profits off right here around 118, and we ripped more profits off right down here once we got down to like 116, 115. So we took more profits off the table there. We were still holding on to a piece, okay? We were still holding on to a piece of this position to get more follow through because the stock was extremely weak today, and then you got the news about the stock split. So I'm telling you, this stock was dead in the water for more downside. And then you got the news of the stock split, which is now going to cause the share price to probably trade higher for the next couple of days. But I think it's temporary. I'm actually going to look to try to short this move on GameStop as you're getting a move back higher. I'm going to probably look to actually short this move higher because I don't think GameStop gets over the 200-day moving average. So if GameStop gets back to this yellow line, I'm probably going to look to step in and short it. All right. Nice. Way to go, Glenn Wilson. Glenn Wilson says, I made a killing on GME, and many of us also. Lakeisha, monster trade. Mike, yes. I love it. Oh, we got to welcome Justin. Justin's the newest member of the group, guys. That means there's 11 spots left for our Fed Flash, our Fed Minutes fire sale. You guys want to jump on that 1050 price point before the price goes back to $11.97 tomorrow? You guys can do it right here, right now. Coupon code TTG121. Go to ttgoffer.com. It's available for the next 11 people. Then don't forget, you can attend my Head Start workshop totally for free at the end of this month. And you're going to get the double your money back guarantee. Remember, if you don't make the 1050, I'll give you 2100. That's the deal. All right, guys, everybody welcome Justin to the TTG fam. All right. So there you guys have it. All right. Now let me talk to you about support and resistance levels on GameStop. Okay. Because this is the lesson that I want you guys to really take from this. Okay. This is the lesson I really want you guys to take from this, because what you'll notice, okay, GameStop was in a very clear, defined channel, right? So if you guys look here, GameStop is in a very clear and defined channel. All right. Very clear and defined channel. When you have levels, okay, now this is going to be a lesson. This is a crucial lesson for you guys that you can take with you as early as tomorrow to help you guys, become better traders. When you have support and resistance levels, you pay attention to how the stocks react at those levels because it tells you a lot about the strength of the level itself. When you have a resistance level, for example, what is a resistance level? All it is where there's just more sellers than there are buyers. But how aggressive the sellers are tells you a lot about how strong that resistance level is. Same thing goes for support levels. All support levels are just in price area that for whatever the reason, there's more buyers than there are sellers. But the way that the stock reacts at that price tells you a lot about the strength of that support level. Everybody welcome Scott. Scott's the newest member of the TC family. There are now just 10 spots left. Everybody welcome Scott. Guys, I'd hurry up and jump on this. I'm giving this to you for $10.50. That's the whole year. You pay $10.50 for the whole year. And when it comes time to renew your membership next year, it doesn't matter if our membership is $2,500. You will only pay what you pay today, which is $10.50. So whatever you pay when you join True Trading Group, that's the price that you lock in for life. Now that's a big deal because 78% of our members renew their membership. So you locking in $10.50 today secures that a year from now, you can also renew for $10.50 and not pay $2,000, $2,200, whatever the price of our membership is a year from now. Okay. So back to these levels, support and resistance levels. Okay. The way in which stocks react at levels tells you a lot about the strength of the support and resistance level itself. Now, notice that every time that GameStop got up to the top end, got up to the top end of this resistance level, notice how quickly the stock pulled back away from that level. You see how aggressively the stock sold off away from the level? There was not a period of consolidation once we got up to test this level. The stock would get up to test the level and would immediately drop itself back off it. That shows you that sellers at that 200-day moving average are very aggressive. Okay, that signals a strong resistance level. Same thing goes for the support side. Okay, same thing goes for the support. Notice every single time we got down to this support level down here around 115, notice how quickly the stock got off of the level. You see how quickly it got off the level? That is a sign of how strong the support level is. I call it strong support, weak support. Strong support, stock goes down, touches support, gets off it very quickly because the buying at that level is so aggressive that it pushes the price of the stock away from that level very quickly. The speed that a stock gets off a support level matters. It is very, very relevant to how aggressive the buyers are at that level, or a resistance level, how aggressive the resistance and the sellers are. The speed of which a stock runs away from a level matters. So now I'm just going to give you an example. Now notice that these last couple of days, when GameStop got back down to this support level, you see how we got back down to this support level? Where's the bounce? Do you see the difference? Notice the difference between the last two times GameStop got down to the support level. We got a really strong, very quick move off that level. Then this time, the stock just sat there for 4 days. Look at this, blah, blah, blah. Nothing there. No bounce. No aggressive buying. Very low volume. Nothing happening. That's a sign of weakness. That's why I was reloading this thing short in the mid 120s. And then we got the break today. This level broke today. And I'll take you back to the 3-minute chart. Okay. And there it is. Here was the level, right? And it broke today and rolled itself over. Okay. It broke and rolled itself over. And we just started ripping profits off the table on that trade. Right? Then listen, what happened after hours, and the stock was extremely weak all day today. What happened after hours? Nothing you can do about that. That's just a news of a stock split, right? Nothing you can do about the stock split, right? So I think it's stupid that they actually came out with the stock split. I really do. I think it's actually really foolish that they're doing the stock split. I think it's unnecessary. I think it's just a gimmick to try to move the stock higher, try to get a short squeeze or something like that. I don't think that there is real merit behind, GameStop doing a stock split when you're $120 a share. But you never know. We'll see. Daniel Coyle says, performance, please. Since you asked so nicely, Danielle, we actually have, I'm just messing with you, Danielle. Danielle, we have a trading history journal on our website that is available for you to see. So our trader history journal, actually, we upload every single transaction from our trading accounts. And it's not just myself, Danielle, it's every single moderator. There's 8 other professional traders that are moderators at True Trading Group. It's not just me. I know I'm the one you see on these live streams. Okay, but there's 8 other traders. Okay. Every single execution that we make is in grave detail in this trading history journal. So you will see for yourself in grave detail every buy, every sell, every short, every cover, every winning trade, every losing trade, every break-even trade. You will see every single thing there is to see. We are fully transparent inside True Trading Group. The wins, the losses, they are all talked about equally as so. Okay? So we're fully transparent. That is all there for you to see. But again, guys, listen. Again, I would say don't get yourselves caught up in. That's why I keep telling you guys that your results matter, Danielle. Your results matter. Do you actually make money? Okay, that's what's important. It doesn't matter. I can sit here and say that I have a 78% win rate, but if you can't make money at the following what's happening inside of True Trading Group for whatever the reason, that means our platform is failing you. That's why our double your money back guarantee is based on your P&L. We're not going to say, oh, well, if we're green, then you don't get your money back because you did something wrong. If you are failing to be successful, then that means we are doing something wrong, not only in the way that we're explaining our own trades, but in the education and the guidance and the tools and the resources that we provide you. So that's why we put our money where our mouth is. When I say you guys want to learn how to do this, myself, my team, this platform will help show you guys how to do this and give you the best chance that you have of being successful in doing so. Now, I can't guarantee that you're going to be successful just because you join True Trading Group. I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass and just pretend join TTG, you're going to make $1 million. But what I can guarantee you is that if you do not make your 1050 back at least once, okay, by after going through our courses, doing our quizzes and attending one of our study group sessions, I'll give you double your money back. So you're going to pay 1050. I'm going to give you 2,100 in return if you guys fail to make your money back. Everybody welcome Ray. Ray is the newest member of the TTG fam. Everybody welcome Ray. That means there's now just 9 spots left. Okay, 9 spots left. Way to go, Adam J. Adam J said 52 trades last month, small losses on 7. That's incredible, Adam. That's incredible. Really great job. Really great job. Ray, welcome to the family. There's now just 9 spots left. Kevin says, is that forever price or yearly? Kevin, you mean forever like a lifetime price? No. That 1050 is a yearly membership to True Trading Group. Okay. The price yesterday was $11.97 for the year. Tomorrow it will also be $11.97. I'm offering it to you now for the Fed minutes that were released today, calling it a Fed minute fire sale. I'm giving it to you for $10.50. Okay, I'm giving it to you for $10.50. But if you join for $10.50, it'll only cost you $10.50 to renew. Okay, it'll only cost you $10.50 to renew. All right. So there you guys have it. Now, that concludes kind of our GameStop trade there. Congratulations, all of my TG fam that capitalized on the GameStop trade. That was a thing of beauty. All right, that was a thing of beauty. I'd like to open the floor up right now, guys, to a quick little like open floor Q&A. We talked about a lot of stuff on this live stream so far, right? We went over 5 stocks that people are, way to go. Lord John Magnus says, I've been green on about 90% of my trades. That's phenomenal. Lord John Magnus. That's absolutely phenomenal. That is incredible. 90% of that's absolutely phenomenal. Congratulations on that. I'd like to open the floor up though right now, guys, for a Q&A. I want to let you guys ask me some questions, whatever's on your mind. We went over a lot. I talked about 5 different stocks. I talked about 5 different stocks. I talked about my GameStop trade. We went over some lessons on support and resistance levels. We talked about the Fed. We went over a lot of information here tonight. So I want to open the floor. You guys can fire away. Type your questions in chat. Don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. Okay? Asking questions is how you learn. So just begin typing your questions in chat right now, guys. Okay? Begin typing your questions in chat right now. And let's go ahead and begin that little Q&A session. Anything, questions? All right, guys. So anything related to anything, questions about what I talked about already, or anything that is related to what I discussed on the live, or maybe even if something that's not related to what I discussed on the live. What are some major economic data that we should know? Great question. Okay. Major economic data that you guys should know. It's all happening here in the month of July. All happening here in the month of July. Q2 earnings, everybody should know that that's coming up here in the next couple of weeks. We're going to get all these earnings are going to be rolling out. CPI and PPI data in this environment, you must know. CPI stands for Consumer Price Index. PPI stands for Producer Price Index. This is your inflation data. CPI stands for, like I said, Consumer Price Index. That measures the how much the price of the things that consumers buy have gone up, like gasoline, housing, cars, all the goods that consumers buy, the goods and services that consumers, you and I, that we buy. That's CPI. CPI was 8.5 in April. It was 8.6 in May, which means inflation is still going up. Inflation had not peaked, which is why the markets crashed in June. Now, I believe that inflation has peaked in June. I believe July's inflation numbers are going to be under the expectation. PPI number stands for Producer Price Index. That's the percentage increase in prices of the materials, the things that producers make, right? Companies that actually manufacture and produce things, how much of their costs gone up. That's your PPI numbers. Ryan Go says, which moderators swing trade? Literally, Ryan, every single one of our moderators swing trades. Every single one of our moderators swing trades inside True Trading Group. There's myself, 8 others. We all swing trade. Now, some swing trade longer than others. Some swing trade for like 1 to 3 days. Others swing trade for like 1 week to 1 month. Okay, so there's different moderators that we all swing trade, but we all have different styles. And you'll get exposed to all those different styles as a member of True Trading Group. What broker do you use? Walker Hayes. I use Lightspeed. Yes, Market Ninja says Mike's GME trade was a swing. Yep, it was a swing. It lasted about 2 weeks. I got in it June 24th. I got out of it July 6th. Everybody welcome Eric. Eric is the newest member of the fam. Welcome, Eric. Eric, my man. Guys, there's only 8 spots left. I wouldn't know what you guys are waiting for. $10.50. That's it. $10.50. That's all you pay for the entire year. That literally comes out to like, what is that? $10.50. That comes out to $2.87 a day. That is less than you pay for a cup of coffee. Okay? That is what you guys can get access to the TTG fan for right now. But it was $11.97 yesterday. It's $10.50 literally right now. So you guys can jump on this right now. But there's only 8 spots that are going to be left for that. That's going to be for the next 8 people to go to ttgoffer.com and enter the code TTG121. Click apply code. What do you guys have to lose? I'm literally sitting here telling you, I will give you double your money back if you do not make $10.50 at least once, as long as you go through our courses, our quizzes, and attend the study group. That's how we hold ourselves accountable, and that's how we protect you. I put my money where my mouth is, folks. And that's how I prove it to you. I'm serious about this. I take your success very seriously, and I'm willing to back it up with a double your money back guarantee like nobody else is willing to do. Okay? So there you guys have that. Eric, welcome. Guys, again, if you have questions about the membership, about anything at all, how we operate, if you have questions about, or you're having a hard time signing up, the coupon code's not working for you, whatever, send a text message. Do not call. Send a text message to 786-505-4221. Again, that's 786-505-4221. Send that text message now if you guys have questions about this membership. Next question. I'll take a couple more questions, folks. Don't be shy, guys. Type your question in the chat. Anything, whatever's on your mind. I know we talked about a lot on this live stream. I know we talked a lot about, next question. Jordan Reinhardt says, do you think inflation data from June can be good enough to keep lowered earnings guidance in July from pushing us to new lows? That's the thing, Jordan, right? That's the thing. That's why, listen, I think you're going to see the SPY back in the 360s in July. Okay. Oh, wow. Market Ninja. That's awesome. Market Ninja says, I have a coworker who originally taught me to trade, who is now thinking about joining True Trading Group since he sees what I am doing. Wow. The teacher learning from the student now. Market Ninja. I love that. I love that. That's awesome. That is excellent. That's awesome. Great job. Really great job. So anyway, yeah, so it's tough that's a really tough question, Jordan, because it is going to depend on which companies, okay? It depends on which companies are, Market Ninja, you should tell them. Guy, what do you think? Should Market Ninja's friend join True Trading Group? What do you guys think? Yes or no? My TT fan, what do you guys think? You think Market Ninja's friend should join True Trading Group? If you guys are members of TGD, you guys, what do you think? Yes or no? Market Ninja, we welcome your friend. And since they're an experienced trader, I guess you said they actually helped teach you how to trade a bit. That's awesome. That's awesome. I look forward to having them part of the group. You know, Market Ninja, you're gonna have to show them this live stream now. You got to show them this live stream. Look, we asked the question. Everybody's so Market Ninja, just show them this live. All right. So let me go back to Jordan's question. All right, let me go back to Jordan's question about, are we going to get, are we going to get this this new low, right? Is the low inflation number enough to keep us higher? And I don't think so. I think that when companies report their earnings, they're going to lower their guidance for the rest of the year in anticipation of the recession. That should move analysts' earnings estimates for the rest of the year down, which should move stock prices down, with or without the inflation peaking. Okay. But I think that will move stocks lower, but then the inflation data because this is all going to happen at the same time. You're going to get the inflation data in the middle of the month. You're going to get earnings in the middle of the month towards the end of the month. Then you have the rate hike on the 27th. So this is all going to happen within the same 2 weeks of each other. That's why I think this market is going to really, really, really be volatile and provide us with some excellent trading opportunities in the meantime. Because I think you're going to get a lot of back and forth until you get the Fed meeting on the 27th. But then I think people are going to realize once the recession is priced in, because I don't think it's priced in yet, the possibility of a recession slightly ticked down today as opposed to yesterday. Weird, right? It actually slightly ticked down, and you can see that in credit spreads. And it's mostly because commodity prices are getting crushed. It's mostly because oil and natural gas are getting destroyed. Energy is a huge factor and component of inflation. So if people are no longer paying $6 a gallon for gas, and they're not paying, $8, $9, whatever, $9, whatever it was for natural gas, that's a big, big, big help for inflation. Big help. So I think that you're going to see the recession gets priced in after companies revise their guidance. That moves the markets lower. And then inflation peaks. And then you look for a little, and then you look for the markets to recover. Okay. You needed it. You got to realize it's so funny because it's like chicken and egg situation, because the reason why commodity prices have come down so much is because the fear of a recession. But the fear of a recession, bringing commodity prices down, eases inflation, which allows the Fed to be less aggressive, which then results in either avoiding a recession altogether, which I don't think we do, or going into a recession, but it becomes a shallow and a short-lived recession. You guys have to realize that a recession, I know it might be a scary word, but not every recession is 2008. Now listen, 2008, 2009 was scary. This is not 2008, 2009. And I know there's a lot of people out there that like to fear monger the hell out of you. They tell you the stock market's going down 70, 80%. The SPY's going back to 150. The Dow's going back to 10,000. I know there's people out there that are saying this absolutely ridiculous stuff. It's total nonsense. The stock market is not going down 70, 80, 90%. That is, it's not going to happen. Okay, that's just people that are just trying to get views. They're trying to get clicks. They're trying to just play into your fear to be like, well, wait a second. This person says things are going to get really bad. And you know what happens when you listen to people like that? The market goes down 20% or 30%. You do absolutely nothing. And then 3 years later, the market's at all-time highs, and you're still waiting for the market to go down 80%. And then you wonder why you're never invested in the stock market and you never take part in the amazing wealth-building opportunities that have happened over and over and over again. Every single time the stock market's gone down more than 20% in a single year, it proved to be an amazing long-term buying opportunity. Every time, not just 9 out of 10 times, not 7 out of 10, not 5 out of 10, not 10 out of 15, not 20 out of 21, 100% of the time that the stock market's gone down more than 20% in a single year, it was a buying opportunity when you look at the history of the stock market and what markets have done in the 1 to 3 years following a more than 20% decline in one single year. You just go back to 2008. 2008 was the worst recession that you've ever seen. Okay, 2008 is the worst recession that anybody on this live has ever seen. Okay, and things were bad during 2008, 2009. 11 million people lost their job in 2008, 2009. To put that into perspective, there's 11.3 million job openings today. Let me say that again. 11 million people lost their job in 2008. There's 11.3 million job openings right now. It's very hard to have a major recession when that's the case. It just is. And that's why I don't think we're going to have a major recession. But you have to think of it this way. The stock market, look at this, look at the chart of the SPY. Okay? Here's a chart of the SPY. All right? The SPY sold off in 2008 going into the recession. We bounced like hell in 2009. Are you kidding me? Do you see this? Do you see this move? This was going into the recession. This was while we were in it. This is what I mean by the markets decline going into a recession. They bottom during it. And by the time the recession is over, the market is back to where it came from. By the time the recession, look at what the market did in 2009 and 2010. Guys, this is the worst recession that we've ever had. It's literally called the Great Recession. And in literally a year and a half, we were back to where we were before the crash. This is what I'm trying to get this across to retail investors all over the world, because for too long, retail investors do the exact opposite. Markets go down, they panic, they sell at the bottom, then they see people talk about the market's going to go to zero, so they wait, they hoard cash on the sidelines, they wait, okay? And then they miss that. They miss that. They wait for the market to go back to all-time highs, okay? They wait for the market to go back to all-time highs, which happened, just a couple years later. Just a couple years later, we're back to all-time highs. The worst recession we have ever seen. Now, do you guys think, you guys really got to ask yourself this question, and this is actually a really, really, really good question to ask yourself. I'm not being facetious. I'm not being rhetorical. Do you think this recession, even if we get one, I believe we will, do you believe it's going to be worse than 2008? You really have to ask yourself that question. Because if it's not worse than 2008, the market went down in 2008 going into the recession. In the recession, 2009, the market was up about 22%. The market was up 22% in 2009. Okay, so there's a couple people that say, I see like 3 people that are like, I think it could be worse than 2008. Yes. I think you're dead wrong, but I respect your opinion, but I respectfully disagree with you wholeheartedly and tremendously. Guys, I lived through 2008. That's when I was working at the fund. I was on Wall Street for 2008. I saw what happened in 2008. This is not 2008. We were 48 hours away from you going to the ATM machine and them saying, I'm sorry, we don't have your money. I don't want to hear that. People say, oh no, we have a lot of different issues now. This time it's different. Don't say that. Every single time the stock markets crash, everyone says this time it's different. Yeah, this time there's different reasons why the stock markets are crashing. Yeah, inflation. We have inflation right now. We didn't really have inflation in 2008. Okay. In 2008, you had the subprime mortgage crisis, which created a systemic problem in the financial system all over the globe. What you're experiencing now is a Fed-induced recession. The Federal Reserve is the reason why we are going into recession, because the Fed is raising rates to bring down inflation. These are 2 very, very, very different things. Now, I'm not poo-pooing on anyone that thinks it's going to be worse than 2008. Respectfully, my opinion, my professional opinion, not a chance. Not even close. Not even in the same ballpark. There's 11 million job openings in this country right now. 11 million people lost their job in 2008. You cannot have, you realize that what would have to happen in order for 11 million people to lose their job? Do you realize what has to happen? You have to lose 22 million jobs. You have to lose 22 million, because there's 11 million jobs open right now. So all the job openings have to go away. Then 11 million people have to get laid off. Then you're just about equal to 2008. So no, guys, I'm sorry. I don't think this is going to be anything like 2008. But even if it is, let's play devil's advocate, right? Let's say you guys are right. There's only a couple of people that are saying it. Let's say you're right. Let's say this recession is just as bad as 2008. It'll be the Great Recession Part 2, right? The second one. Okay? You realize that the markets crashed in 2008 and was up over 20% in 2009. So even if this is going to be a recession that's as bad as 2008, that means the market is going to go down like another 20% this year and then go up 20-something% next year. If that happened, we'd be repeating 2008, 2009. We'd be repeating it. Okay? We'd be repeating it. Oh, man, you guys are so wrong. I think people say, yeah, but they didn't have wars happening. Are you serious? There were always wars happening. Literally always. There was always wars happening. You had Iraq, right? You had multiple wars in Iraq. You had 9/11. You had then you had the war in Afghanistan. You always had war. You always had war. War is, and this is a newsflash, stock markets actually do better when there's war. Just, I'll put that out there. Stock markets actually do better when there's war. It's actually part of the reason why, okay, during the world wars, that we actually pulled the economy out of the Great Depression. Because at wartime sparks all this government spending and it sparks economic activity. And no matter what, we're going to use it to just make, and no matter what, guys, honestly, no matter what, we're going to use it to make money trading this every day like we have all year. I mean, not every day. We've had red days, but you get my drift, right? No matter what happens, we're going to use it to make money. You know, if you think the market's going to keep going down, then you more than anybody else should learn how to profit from downward moves in the market. Learn how to short, learn how to buy put options, learn how to buy inverse ETFs, learn how to do all these things if you think the market's going to go significantly lower from here. Oil was at $20 in 2003. It was at $160 in 2007. How do I know that? Because I traded it long in 2007 going into 2008. You know? So, you know, oil went all the way to like 160, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was like 160. I think that was the highs during that time period, if I'm not mistaken. You know? So, listen, everybody, I hear this. I've heard this so many times. This time it's different. This time it's different. This time it's different. And it's not. It's not. The reasons for the market go down are different. Yes, the reasons are different. But the way the market operates and the way the market functions doesn't change. Every single stock market crash in history, every single recession in history had its reasons. And those reasons were different. Do you guys remember? Okay, what about 2000? What about 2000? What about the dot-com bubble bursting? We never had ever the entire banking system resetting their date from 99 to 00. Remember Y2K? Oh, this is different This time it's going to be different because it's Y2K and all the banks are not going to realize that it's the year 2000 and everyone was going to have a complete panic attack. You guys remember that? That was actually a big reason why the dot-com bubble bursted, because the Fed injected so much liquidity to try to cover that Y2K scenario, and they injected a lot of liquidity, and that added to insane valuations on the internet boom because the internet was created and all these companies were going public in the internet and they all got these crazy valuations and these companies never made a dollar. And then all those companies went bankrupt and the NASDAQ went down about 74%. But the NASDAQ at that time was a very young exchange and was filled with companies that all just went bankrupt. You guys have to realize that the NASDAQ was just overflowing with these internet companies, internet company, .com. Literally in 2000, you could have just went, what's the new .com IPO today? Buy it at the open, leave your desk, walk around, go get a massage, go get food, go to the gym, go, play poker, go do whatever you do, come back at 3:30 and be like, oh, look, I made $100,000 today. Sell. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tough job. That's how that was. But 90% of those companies literally went bankrupt. Zero. They literally went bankrupt. They went to zero. And even during that time period, the S&P 500 only went down about 55%. In 2008, the S&P only went down from 2008 to 2009, only went down about 55%. From its all-time high of 2007 to its low of 2009, about a 55% drop. You guys got to put this all into perspective. You got to put it all into perspective. Okay? So that's it. That wraps up my live stream. All right? And again, guys, seriously, I mean it wholeheartedly. I respect everyone's opinion on here. I mean, we need to have different opinions, right? That's what makes a stock market. Someone's got to think things are going higher. Someone else has to think things are going lower. That's how the market works. Okay? So, I really do, respect and value the opinions of all. But I got to be honest with you guys. I just do not see this being anywhere near 2008. Right? And we've been spot on so far with this entire. Sorry, guys, I just knocked my mouse over. We've been spot on with the analysis all year on this so far, and we'll see if I'm right. But if I'm right by November, December, this market's back at 410, 420. If I'm right, which means 360s, 350s, I'm a buyer. We'll see if I'm wrong. We'll see if I'm right. All right. All right, guys, that wraps up the educational part of this live stream. I'm going to wrap things up. We're going to close this off with, I'm going to walk you through the platform. All right. I'm going to walk you guys through the platform. So if you're not interested in joining True Trading Group, you guys can log off the live stream because I'm done with the educational part. I am going to open the 1050 price point. I'll open it up for trial members. If you are currently a trial member, listen to me very carefully. If you're a trial member, it's going to cost you over $1,400 to become a member. I'm going to offer the 1050 price point to you as well here on this live stream. So you can, if you are a trial, you have to first log into your trial member dashboard. Okay, log into your trial member dashboard first. Then click the big green Join Now button. Then enter TTG121 coupon code. Okay, that'll give you the 1050 price point. That's if you are a current trial member. Log into your dashboard. Then click green Join Now button. Then enter TTG121 coupon code. And you guys can check out and you'll get the 1050. If you are a previous trial member or you are a previous member and you want to come back home, I will also open the 1050 price point to you, but we have to white label your email address if you've already been a member. So if you used to be a member, whether trial or regular full member, send a text message now with your name and email to 786-505-4221. Again, that's 786-505-4221. Send your information to that phone number right now, text message, and we will help you guys get set up, and you can take advantage of the 1050 price point as well. All right. Now let me show you guys the actual platform, and then we'll wrap things up for the night. Everything that you, when you guys join True Trading Group, you get access to every single thing that we have. There are no upsells for courses and tools. Okay. It's all included when you pay the $10.50. Don't forget, it's $11.97 tomorrow. You're going to get our trading chat room, which is open at 7:30 a.m. Eastern. Stays open until about 4:30 p.m. Eastern every day. The mods and I share our screen. We're live on the mic. We're calling out our trades in real time. We're with you from pre-market till after hours. And you can use our mobile app. Use the mobile app. That makes sure that you guys can be following along with what we're doing during a trading day, even while you're at work. 2 private study groups with one of our pro traders to get some individual attention, to ask questions and speed up your learning curve. Benzinga Pro's real-time newsfeed, live breaking up to the second news alerts directly inside of chat. If you went to Benzinga directly, this would cost you $1,400 a year. Do not do that. It's included with your membership. We've spent years building relationships with these companies. It's included when you pay just the $10.50. You also get TradingView's charting software. That's one of the most commonly used charting softwares by active traders. That'll cost you a few $100. Don't do that. It's included with your $10.50 price to True Trading Group. The Trade Ideas scanner, that'll cost you a few $100. Make sure you always focus on the hottest stocks during the day. Don't do that. It's included. It streams live and free on our platform every day. A simulator that lets you trade stocks and options with fake money, but with real-time data. This is the same simulator that's used at universities across the country. It'll cost you just under $1,000 a year. Don't do that. It's included free with your membership when you join True Trading Group for just the $10.50. You'll also get to use our own proprietary scanner that has the same functionality as FinViz Elite, lets you even build your own custom scans. And then you get dark pool data and unusual options activity, stuff that used to only be available to professionals. Now is at the fingertips of TTG members. This is how we level the playing field. This is how we give you access to data and information that can help you make better decisions. You also get a trading journal that can track your trades and give you statistics and data to help you figure out what you're doing wrong so you know what to fix. A social sentiment scanner will cover Reddit, StockTwits, and Twitter, tell you what ticker symbols are mentioned most so you can stay ahead of the crowd. You'll also get unlimited analyst ratings. You will see for yourself how many analysts have a buy, sell, or hold rating on any stock that you are interested in, and that can be helpful and useful when making your trading and investing decisions. You'll also get a watch list that's published every day from the Teach Deep fam. We publish a watch list that tells you what stocks we're looking at with also a game plan on how we plan on trading it. And then you get all of our courses. Simplified yet expanded upon version of what I learned working at the fund in New York. There's beginner and foundation courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, you name it, we've got it. It's all in text and video, whatever's easy for you to learn. There are no upsells. There's no VIP courses that cost more money. You pay $10.50, you get the entire curriculum. No upsells ever for courses or the tools. You also get a video library that has nearly 300 hours of workshops and webinars like how to grow a small account, how to trade while working a full-time job, how to resist FOMO, just to name a few. It's time you guys invested in something real, folks. Something that can actually help you reach your goals. You're not going to get there by just reading Reddit with $1,000 in a Robinhood account. You got to get educated. You got to understand what makes a good trade and what makes a bad trade. You got to understand what a high probability setup looks like and what a low probability setup looks like. You've got to understand those things. That's what this is about. And having access to these tools and resources can and will increase your chances of success. But again, I can't guarantee you success. I can't guarantee you guys are going to kill it just because you join True Trading Group. But I can guarantee you guys will have a real chance of developing the skills necessary to be consistent. And I can also promise you, and I can guarantee you, that if you go through our courses, quizzes, and attend the study group and do not ever make the $10.50 membership feedback, I will give you $2,100 in return. That is a 100% return on your investment. That's how confident that's how confident we are in our ability, in our platform, and our platform's ability to help you guys reach your goals. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com right now and enter the coupon code TTG121. That's it for me tonight, folks. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you smash that like button. Show us some love. I hope to see you guys all in chat tomorrow. Make sure you get your butts in chat. We're going to finish this week off strong. Finish off the little short holiday week, right? Going into the back half of the week already. Nice job today, my TC fam. Congrats, all of those that capitalize on that GameStop trade. I'll see you guys all in chat tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody.